Hi, this is Anthony here. I have been some level of Pokemon fan for as long as I can remember. I got the idea for this video from Yonstar or Takat backwards. At my grandma's, my family has a movie collection with two Pokemon movies on it. I also have a fuzzy memory of catching the Manaphy movie just before we left a house in Texas. This is the edge of my ability to recall, so I can't say any more. My parents didn't like my enjoyment, though, or maybe they just didn't care. For many years, I thought Pokemon was a animation franchise. This was because we had no internet and no one would tell me otherwise. They either thought I should already know or not did didn't care about what a Pokemon was. I I think it wasn't until we got to West Virginia that I found out that Pokemon was more than just a TV animation franchise, probably because I had on and off access to the internet and for school. However, why I say on and off is because my parents would take us offline when I'd get too invested into whatever franchise I was interested in at the time. I think I'm very high in the fixations category of autism. My parents weren't very happy with that, though. They wanted me to be a good Christian with God as my God, not anything else, which meant I wasn't allowed to like anything. I'm noticing my autism puts me in bad situations unknowingly often. I guess I shouldn't worry about it too much. Hopefully my channel doesn't end for the same reason. It was around this time I got my first batch of Pokemon cards, an Arceus tin. I still have the Arceus cards I got from this tin, since I asked for it back from my sister to restart my collection. I prefer seeing what I'm going to get. I also got my first Pokemon game, Black 2. In Black 2, I decided my favorite Pokemon was Amphos. It would always have Thunder Shock if you caught it early, which helped me a lot since I wanted to catch all the Pokemon, because that's what you're supposed to do in a with Pokemon. Things soon took a turn when I found out about mythical Pokemon, which would diminish my interest in the game. Then Black 2 was lost in a basement flood, and I don't like 3D Pokemon. I just don't think Nintendo likes people like me. I had an idea on I had ideas on what could be done to improve the series. Bug type could defeat dragons, stay 2D to differentiate itself from Nintendo, become more defensive for more strategizing. I think you can guess what happened next. I don't like X and Y. I'm probably never going to like X and Y. Even if I didn't have the bad experience of people twice my age calling me a boomer and then not believing me when I told them my real age, the idea that any Pokemon could be busted at any time just spikes my anxiety. I really don't like battle gimmicks. The types and physical special interactions are enough of a complication on their own that adding anything more, like I said, spikes my anxiety. Also, before you tell me it's just a game, You spent hours on something just for it to get it thrown in your face and tell me it's just a game. I know you don't think so because you probably do the same thing with sports. Things weren't better with the cards. My parents were starting to get upset with how much time I'd spend with them. My dad eventually flipped them still in my hands, and they went everywhere. I got a fire energy with a barn hole through it because it got stuck in my ceiling light for a bright side. I was done with the cards after that. Time went by, and a few months ago, my therapist suggested getting back into old hobbies. I restarted my card collection as stated before, but I also heard BDSP has no gimmicks, as well as the fairy type, which sounded perfect, and it was BDSP is my favorite Pokemon game so far, and everyone who says it shouldn't can just go away. The game didn't get the best reputation, so I'm probably not getting something like that for a while. It's almost like these flashy Mega Super Giganta Moves 5s were just a distraction from the fact their core mechanics are still broken. Recently, a friend of mine did a whole speech for college about Pokemon. She needed us to see it to get the assignment done. The conversation we had afterwards was really productive, though it had little to do with Pokemon, so I won't go into detail. As you could tell, I'm not liking how AZ is shaping up. Also, skipping Gen 5 tells me all I need to know about what the Pokemon Company still thinks about people like me. No, the DLC doesn't count because people like me also dislike DLC in general, because good luck getting it after the servers shut down, and unlike bug fixes that could be achieved through slight alterations to code, with DLC you might as well create a mod. I think I'll break this into 2 parts. This will be my history with the franchise, and the next will be my favorite Pokemon.